welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to do or practice another body language analysis. This one is to do with a woman called Psychic Sam. She had a falling out with a couple called Laney and Ben. I believe they're paranormal investigators. Psychic Sam is meant to be a medium. So I'm a little bit skeptic of mediums. I've got to admit, they're not my favorite people on the earth. I think that some of them are downright evil because they profit from other people's grief, and that just screams wrong to me. One thing you shouldn't do is profit off of someone else's grief, but that's exactly what mediums do. I'm not saying there aren't any genuine mediums in the world. There could be, I don't know. You do pick up on a vibration, don't you? Like if you walk into a room and there's been an argument, you can feel the tension in the room. So I would imagine that there are some people that can pick up on certain energies easier than others. But the big red flag for me is if they're charging people money, they are profiting from someone else's grief, and I have a massive problem with that. As for the whole psychic thing itself, I know what the tricks are. I happen to have this book here. There's a thing called cold reading. This book here. And it's how to be a medium. There is a method. It's all to do with Barnum statements and cold reading. Putting out, I don't know where to put it now. Yeah, and basically guessing, putting out a common name, for instance, seeing if they get any hits. If they get hits, they'll start using various Barnum statements, very unspecific terminology. And when they get a hit, all the misses don't matter because the human brain will only remember the hits. It won't remember all the misses. And that's what grief does to you. Like people are so wanting to get in contact with their loved ones that have passed that they will ignore the stuff that they didn't hit on and only focus on the stuff that they did hit on. And they're so broad, they're going to get hits. So yeah, I do have a bit of an issue with mediums, but that's not what I'm doing in this. I'm going to be practicing reading body language again. So this video is on a channel called Beardo Gets Scared or something like that. I'll link the video in the description below. Beardo himself is a paranormal debunker. He has done some paranormal videos himself, and yeah, I believe that's what this is all to do with. So that all being said, please do hit the like and subscribe button if you're into this kind of content, and let's get into the video. I have got some notes because I have gone through it already to help me, but I'm going to go through it again and see if I can pick up anything else and say what I have seen. So let's do this.
I don't know why I said that. Psychic Sam. Apparently not very psychic. I got some emails off friends of hers saying She ain't psychic. She's never been psychic. Added to that, if she is a psychic as she says she is, how come she didn't know they were fake until everyone else started shouting it out? Not a very good medium if you can't tell somebody's faking the ghosts. Just saying.
That's a fair
Anyway,
point.
let's see what she's got to say for herself.
Hi guys. Okay, so I've got to do this video because I feel it's the right thing to do. I don't want to do it. I want to crawl under a rock and pretend it's not happened.
So straight away, she says she wants to crawl under a rock. There's a massive face touch there. So, and looking at where I've paused it, yeah. Okay, that's the first thing.
That's not fair on people that follow me.
There's also a big exhale of breath there. So she's clearly stressed by this. I think it's not a video she wants to make. So let's see.
Trust my word. Yeah. So.
Okay, so she's breathing quite heavily. She done a venting gesture, lifting this out. So she's clearly quite stressed about making this video.
Let me start from the beginning. Also, by the way, this is not edited. This is not, I don't even know how to do it. So it may be just a load of waffling and me being awkward and all that. But what it is real.
So what it is real. There was a single shoulder shrug with the chin going towards the shoulder. There is no single bit of body language that is 100% a lie. But from what I remember, from the experts, quite often they say that motion there is probably as close as you're going to get to an all-out lie. Also, she showed a micro expression of contempt, and her blink rate went up when she said that. So it's 100% real, possibly not. The fact when she said about she doesn't know how to edit, she did have a micro expression of disgust as well. So yeah, we're not off to a good start, I don't think.
I can promise that.
It'd make a fucking change.
So, where to start? I've been very good friends with Laney and Ben for a long time. I loved them, and
Loved?
if you
Also, she said that she's not editing this. She doesn't know how, but there have already been at least one cut in this. So let's just have another little look.
Psychic. I got some emails off friends of hers saying she ain't psychic. She's never been psychic. Added to that, if she is a psychic as she says she is, how come she didn't know they were fake until everyone else started shouting it out? Not a very good medium if you can't tell somebody's faking the ghosts. Just saying. Anyway, let's see what she's got to say for herself.
Hi guys. Okay, so I've got to do this video because I feel it's the right thing to do.
Right, so right there was a cut. just before she says, let's see if I can go back frame by frame. Yeah.
Dolph?
Hi guys. Okay, so I've got to do this video because I feel it's the right thing.
Right, so literally, as she says, because I feel it's the right thing to do. In between the because and I, there's a cut. You can see the picture jump. So either Beardo has edited this, which I don't think he will have, because that would go against everything that he does, or she does know how to edit and she's lying, because there is clearly a cut there. So this video is clearly edited.
Thing to do. I want to do it.
Another cut there.
Crawl under a rock and pretend it's not happened. That's not fair.
So she wants to crawl under a rock and pretend it's not happening. Her hands are all touching her face, all over her face. So she's clearly stressed about this.
On people that follow me, trust my word. Yeah. So let me start from the beginning. Also, by the way, this is not edited. This is not, I don't even know how to
Yes, it is.
do it. So,
and yes, you do.
It may be just a load of waffling and me being awkward and all that. But what it is real.
Okay, so what it is real. I've covered that. I think that there's definitely a micro expression of contempt there, where one side of the mouth comes up, very asymmetrical. Contempt is the only asymmetrical facial expression. So, yeah.
I can promise that.
It'd make a fuck.
So, as she says, I can promise that. There's a look of disgust, possibly anger, and her eyes go down. Could be an eye block.
Fucking change.
So, I've been.
There was another cut there. So, yeah, quite clearly this is edited. So she's not got off to a good start, has she? She's lied, quite clearly lied, about this video being unedited. When she said about it being real, there was a massive cluster of body language there. So, yeah, we're not off to a good start. She's not off to a good start, I'm afraid.
Very good friends with Laney and Ben for a long time. I loved them, and
there was a bit of a eye block there, hand to the chest. So she could be sincere there. She did say loved, which is obviously past tense. So that suggests that they don't get on so well now. So let's carry on.
Loved?
Yeah, Beardo picked up on that as well.
If you followed them for all this time and know where my part is, you'll see how I came in.
So as she says, where I came in, she's got a grooming gesture, moving her hair out the way. She fiddles with her ear. The chin comes forward. It's a chin thrust. So, yeah.
Push the Ouija board planchette.
How my brother came in and this beautiful friendship that we had.
I can't tell if she looks more angry or upset. Like something behind her eyes that I haven't noticed before. I think there's a bit of both there. Genuine anger and a bit of upset.
Yeah, I agree with that. She's definitely not happy about having to make this video. But yeah, let's carry on.
So people had been saying to me,
So people had been saying her illustrators were off, which is where you move your hands and they should land on the words. Her illustrators were off there. She touches her face. She shows disgust.
there's been a lot of fake, this, that, but
That was me. I did that. I told you they were fake and full of poop.
with me,
So it's a big intake of breath there. So yeah, she's clearly stressed about this. She's clearly not happy about making this video, and so far the honesty hasn't really been there. So
if I am on your side, if I've got your back, if you're my friend, I will venomously fight and argue for you. I will.
So she said she'll fight and argue for you. So what have we got there? We've got disgust, another facial touch, another single shoulder shrug, and a lip compression. So yeah, I did go through this on Chase Hughes's table of elements. There are some things that don't appear on there or that I couldn't find, and on that you score each body language, and if you hit a score of 11 or more, it shows a likelihood of it being deceptive. And on the first one, where she says about it, the video being real, she scored a 13. And on this one, I'll fight for my friends, she scored 11. So possibly if they're close friends, she might, but I don't think she's going to be fighting for Laney and Ben. Like, I don't know what the history is here. I've not seen that video at all. I'm literally going off of this, so I don't know the backstory other than this video. So
I'll give her that. She has fought very venomously. She has. I mean, let's not take that from it. She has been loyal to a fault. To a fault.
I won't have it. I won't hear it. I trust. Maybe that's anyway.
So she says, I trust, and then she cuts off what she was going to say. I wonder what she was going to say. But as she said, I trust, there was a single shoulder shrug, possibly Duper's Delight, which is sort of a micro smile, another lip compression. She tucks, and her eyes go down as well, partly closed, so that could be an eye block. So does she trust? I don't think possibly she trusted them and now she regrets that. Who knows?
So I was having none of it, and I had argued back.
Another look of disgust there.
Back at people that left bad comments on video.
That was me too. That was me. I do believe she called me a twat.
and stuff because you're coming for my friends, you're calling me a
There's a single shoulder shrug there. She's touching her chest again.
liar.
She covers her mouth when she says, "You're calling me a liar." Generally, people do that when, like, it's called a hushing gesture. So they're trying to stop what they're saying.
Just all, if you follow, you know this, okay?
I don't follow. I know.
So there's a big shoulder shrug there, a nostril dilation. So yeah, she's definitely not happy. She's doing this video, definitely, and she's not been entirely honest, I don't think.
I had a couple of calls and conversations with someone who's close to me, who I don't want to mention, and they were like, "Sam, you need to start facing this. Like, you're gonna go down with them. This is not good." And I'm like,
rats and sinking ships springs to mind.
No, like, no, they wouldn't do that to me. Like, no.
Sam, let me just stop you there. They absolutely would. They would trample on you and not even bother wiping you off the sole of their shoes once you become less used to them.
And but this person I really trust and I love, and I'm no. So long story short,
Another cut there.
we were doing my walk around.
You know the one. Me and Smith pulled it apart. Ben hands Lainey a camera, walks off, opens some drawers and shit, and she's all like, "There's water on the right." Well, in the kitchen, where the taps are, that we all know where they are.
Where I was going to the new house to do the walk around via Skype, or what we did.
That's a sit around.
Did it on video. And there was a part of my mind that was like, I'm going in with the knowledge that I had, but I'm believing in what I believe.
So she knew.
So I'm believing in what I believe. Well, obviously you believe in what you believe. However, she scored a 10 on this one. So I think she quite possibly knows that what she's trying to pass off as what she believes isn't genuine. So she touches her face, she does a grooming gesture, she covers her mouth. She actually scored a 10 on that one, as far as I can tell, which is below the 11. But I mean, what sort of a statement is that anyway? I believe what I believe. Well, yeah, obviously. But do you actually believe it? Questionable, I would say.
Knew at that point that they were faking stuff. It's just got a little bit more interesting, right?
Which is what I did. I know people talk about the taps and the water and where it is, and you know, well, that's obvious. Yeah, it is obvious.
I did that too.
But I don't think when I'm reading, if you've ever had a reading from me, you know this. I don't think when I'm reading, I'm purely going off where I'm being pulled, what spirit is saying. So, you know, if a spirit said hedgehog under the fridge, I'm saying hedgehog.
So if a spirit's saying single shoulder shrug, chin going the same way, she shows anger, I'm just not convinced. I think she's lying through her teeth. I think she's making money as a medium, and she knows that what she's saying isn't true. She knows that she's using cold reading techniques, and she's trying to justify herself and still say that she's genuine. It's just my opinion so far.
dog under the fridge. So yeah.
Right. Before we get any further into this, let me just say I do not believe in psychic mediums. And this is not me shitting on every psychic medium out there, because I am open to having my mind changed. However, this type of psychic medium that you can poke holes in every bit of it is why I don't believe in them. I've seen some psychic mediums do some weird shit. Then I watched Darren Brown. If you know, you know.
Yeah, it is blatantly obvious.
To be fair, Darren Brown, I know what he's referring to there because I've watched that same series. He went off around America where he's not known, and he was going to all these spiritualist places, and the amount of mediums that he convinced that he was a medium is astounding. And he was purely using cold reading. And in fact, he was so convincing that he was being offered jobs. So it's insane, really.
Yes, that's where the water is, but that's just what I've been told. I know that within that visit, I didn't really pick up much. I picked up the chair moving, the high chair, and then the high chair moved. And I
massive tongue jut there. So, like I say, I'm not an expert, and if I'm picking up this amount of stuff, I'm pretty sure a body language expert would pick up a lot more. So, yeah, she's not doing anything to alleviate my skepticism towards mediums, I'm afraid.
picked up that Dave wasn't really in the sitting room a lot. And listen, I truly believe and know for real what I picked up in that house, you know.
So as she's saying, I truly believe she's using her illustrators and they're off again. There was another single shoulder shrug. There was a lip compression. So yeah, she doesn't truly believe, I don't think. Or she may truly believe that she can fool everyone, but no.
Like for me, what I sensed is real. Okay, that's I'm not. It's real.
Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. She's a real psychic, and Dave and Andy are really there. We'll take our brains out of gear, and we'll ignore all the other bullshit, just to believe that one little bit, just to see where this story is going.
But things happened. So say like oh God, I hate this. All right. People coming to me and saying, Sam, Lainey held the camera. Lainey held the camera. It was Ben that opened the cupboard and the drawer. And I'm like, no.
Yes.
I couldn't see it. And they're like, oh, the TV. And I'm like, no, I don't know what you mean.
So she's saying, no. Another single shoulder shrug. She's looking quite angry. I think she's been caught out with this and she doesn't like it.
And they were like, oh, shadows, Ben's shadow, all this stuff. And I'm not that trained to be like I don't understand the necrophonic. I don't understand those things. I'm like, whatever you think it said, I don't know. And I'm in love with my friends. And I'm like, I don't know what you mean. And then
I'm in love with my friends. It's a bit of a weird statement. But...
And then it just...
massive look of contempt there. Because I think this is where it's all gone wrong for her, where they've got caught out.
And then I saw it.
And then I saw it another tongue jut. I think a tongue jut is also a grooming gesture. But literally just before you had that contempt with the side of the mouth coming up, the tongue jut. So yeah, I don't think she's overly impressed with it getting caught. I think that's genuine.
And I watched it. And I watched it again. And I watched it again. And again. And
she looks genuinely upset. Like legitimately really upset. No.
Yeah, I think she's genuinely upset because they've been caught out faking and she's caught up in it. She didn't want to make this video, that's clear. The video is edited. So yeah, I think she would be genuinely upset because this is going to ruin her credibility as well, especially when she has people analysing her as well as the videos. So, but like I say, I'm no expert.
Now, the skeptical side of me is saying she acts like she can talk to dead people. And in my opinion, she can't. It's just my opinion there. I can't prove either way. So she could be acting that she is upset. But she genuinely looks quite upset there.
I was like, what? There's just no way. I went to my daughter who's doing criminology.
That there is a resume statement. That is to try and add weight to what she's saying. And it's another red flag. The fact that her daughter does criminology really has no bearing. She's just throwing that in there.
And I'm like, help me figure this out. Like, I'll show you this video. She come back with all this stuff, and I was just like, Jesus Christ.
So that could be true. Looking at where I've paused it there, that's a definite look of disgust. So the fact that her daughter works in criminology doesn't mean that she's any less guilty or she's telling the truth. All that really means is her daughter has said to her, look, you can clearly see this, and this, right? You've been caught out, so you need to do something. Hence this video, I think.
I don't want to go into it too much. I'm not happy. Anyway.
Another single shoulder shrug.
My heart broke. My heart broke there and then. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the fuck? I was just... So I just wanted time to myself. I kept quiet to myself for a couple of days. And I put something up on my Facebook, just saying something about the truth. What, I can't remember what. And then within minutes, I'd had individual messages from Laney and Ben saying, oh, Sam, you know, haven't heard from you a while. The other thing I forgot to say is that a lot of people had said on the video, oh,
another cut there, and her hands are all over her face.
Show the camera, show the video camera in the kitchen, the CCTV footage.
Yep.
That will show it. That will prove everything. So I was messaging Ben saying, Ben, like, that's going to prove, like, people are calling me fake. People are calling me a liar. They're saying I'm complicit in this thing. And we've got proof that I'm not, because you have a CCTV camera that will show the cupboard and the drawer opening and us walking in from the sitting room. And I just got stuck.
Another cut there. Her illustrators have gone really big, which is definitely away from baseline. Is she emphasising that she was excited that there could be something to clear her, possibly? But but it is different to how she has been acting.
I've told about how long it takes to look for the footage, although it was like 5 minutes long. I don't know.
Yeah, you're being lied to there. An event like that, they'll have had it saved. The reason they won't send it to you is because it'll show Ben walking into the kitchen and sliding shit open.
The other thing that happened while I was there is I did a kind of a test.
So I did a kind of test, massive flip compression, possibly a little bit of Duper's Delight.
Oh.
I felt kind of bad about it then, but now I know I was right. So what I did is I asked Ben and Lainey to go in the sitting room, shut the kitchen door, leave me in the kitchen on my own with me on their camera. I think he had an SLS camera over there.
So I think she's being honest here. Her illustrators, for instance, they're landing where they should. So yeah, I think this possibly did happen.
There, he said, you've got the CCTV, and I wanted, basically, I couldn't do anything from in the kitchen. I was just on a video call on a laptop or whatever I was doing, and I just wanted to call out and find what I could.
So what were you doing? You know what you were doing. Were you on a laptop, or were you on a video call, or were you on a video call on the laptop, or was it a different device? What do you mean, or whatever I was doing? You know what you were doing.
There, and I was calling out, and a few things happened, but what happened come from behind me. So like I saw something fly across.
So grand gestures there. I saw something fly across from behind me. She keeps her hands between her and the camera. Is that a barrier gesture? Possibly. Is she distancing herself from the audience from that? Possibly.
And I was like, oh my God. And I could hear movement. I could hear the movement. But I was like saying, do something in front of me, the cupboards, anything that I can see. It never happened. Things happened behind me. And then this one thing happened.
So she's asking for something to happen in front of her, and it never happened. But then the very next sentence, but then one thing happened. So which is it? Did nothing happen, or did something happen? Okay, so then something happened. We have a nose touch. We have covering a mouth, which is a hushing gesture. Covering a face, again, a hushing gesture. As a slight laugh, could that be Duper's Delight? You hear a tap on the floor, or could be a hand on the table or a tap on the floor. She clears her throat, she blocks her eyes, and there's a massive tongue jut there. Yeah, that scores quite high on the table of elements. What is that? Probably, well, I've got 14 because I'm not sure about a few of the other things on there. But that's a massive cluster of behavior on then this one thing happened. So I think we're going to hear a story.
Then this one thing happened. I said to my brother,
That the look in her eyes, the wobble in her voice, that is genuine upset, genuine. She looks like she's been betrayed. Again, she can act. That looks pretty genuine.
oh, I said,
I've got to disagree with you there, Beardo. I don't think she looks upset there. She's talking about her brother. Her eyebrows are up. I don't think she looks sad there. Obviously, that's just my perspective. So yeah, let's hear what she's got to say.
I said to my brother, I said, Andrew, if you're there, like,
now she looks sad. Now she's talking about her brother.
Please just say something in my ear, like, just say something in my ear. And I heard right in my ear, and I was like, oh my god, oh my.
So the thing is with grief, like she's talking about her brother here, who I'm assuming has passed on, and to my mind, there is always a connection between siblings and parents, because you're from the same genetic material. You've grown up with each other. You've got memories from when they were alive, and you will always have that connection with them. And the thing is with the brain is it will always try to give you, or it will always give you an answer to a question. It will search for what you want. It's actually how manifestation works. So obviously she wants to hear her brother, right? So that whoosh noise that she made could have been absolutely anything, right? But her brain would have associated that to her brother, because that's what she's looking at for at that time. So is she lying? Not necessarily. She could very well have heard that. She could very well have associated that with her brother. And so I'll give her the benefit of the doubt on this one.
Oh my god. And I was just like,
and you can see in her face that that's a happy memory for her. So I think the combination of whatever the noise was, she might have even imagined the noise, and her brain wanting to hear her brother meant that she heard her brother, or she heard something that she's associated to her brother.
I just need to see the video footage, because if the kitchen's door's shut and it shows that I'm in there alone, that was my brother. He just spoke to me in my ear.
See, she's being honest there. So she genuinely believes that. But like I say, the human mind is, or the human brain is a marvelous tool, but the human brain will lie to you as well. So although I think she's being honest with this, she genuinely believes that that was her brother. She heard something and that was her brother. Whether it actually was or not, it's debatable. But given the rest, probably not. Anyway, let's carry on.
But you speak to your brother all the time. That's who your psychic link is with. That's how you do what you do. From what I've read, that your brother is like some sort of spirit guide to you. Why would you be that happy that you finally heard it? It's almost like you'd never heard it before.
That's a very good point. But maybe she has that reaction each time she actually hears something that she can associate with her brother. Maybe a lot of the time her brain knows that it's not genuine, but on the odd occasion there is a noise that she associates with her brother. There's one possibility.
Mm.
And I was so happy. So there is the footage of that, and then you know, afterwards I was saying to Ben, please just send me. I need to hear that. I need to hear what, you know. And he sent me something, and you could kind of hear it, but not how I heard it. I heard it right in my ear.
Okay, so if they sent her the video and you could kind of hear it, that means there was possibly a noise. Now, obviously, as I say, I've not seen the video. I don't know the layout of it. It could have been wind going past window, or a car outside, or something outside. Could have been anything making that sort of noise. But she looks to me as if she has associated that with a physical um, proof that her brother is there, because that's what she was looking for at the time. Doesn't mean she was lying about that. It just means that her brain did what the brain does and filled in the gaps.
I don't know if that's real anymore. I don't know if that was my brother or that was.
So if that noise was staged, and you can see the sadness in her face when she says, "I don't know if that was my brother." So obviously that's brought doubt into what she believed. Um, I can't comment on the other times, like what Beardo said about hearing her brother all the time. But if that's the case, you've got to ask, well, how often are you? Is that part of your narrative? And this time you have actually associated it with your brother, a noise with your brother, or as Beardo says, is it all an act?
Something else. I don't think I'm ever going to know. But because of the other stuff that I found out to be untrue.
So she clearly doesn't like the fact that the video's been called out, there's fakery being caught. There was a massive look of contempt there when she's talking about the stuff that's been found out on that video. So she's clearly not happy about that.
Okay, so there are two Instagram stories that I got sent.
Okay, so that's the end of that particular video. It's interesting. I saw an awful lot, which, the fact that she said the video's unedited and she doesn't know how, yet there are cuts right the way through the video, clearly shows that she's lied right from the start of this video. Does that mean everything else is a lie? No. But there are certainly some large clusters there around key elements, particularly around her being a medium. Those clusters of behaviour sort of settle down when she's talking about the video and stuff like that. But when she's talking about anything to do with being a medium or her part in it, those clusters come back. Does it mean she's lying? No. Could just mean that she's extremely stressed by it, but there are an awful lot of deceptive cues there. And that's from what I've seen. Like I say, I'm no expert. I'm learning. I've been learning over the last 2 years. But my summary of this is that she's taken part in this video. The video's been caught out. Now she's trying to save Grace. She makes money from being a medium by giving readings, from what I gather, which automatically for me is a red flag. Because I think if you're a true medium and you can genuinely help people, why would you want to profit off that to that degree? So that's a massive red flag for me. And honestly, I'm not convinced by this at all. I think she knew exactly what was going on. She knows that she's not a genuine medium. And yeah, basically, I'll call it out. I think she's lying. I could be wrong. Like I say, I'm no expert, but I think she's lying. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And I will link Beardo's video in the comments below. As I said at the start, please do hit the like and subscribe button. And let me know if you want to see me do more of this kind of content. I've fallen off the content on this channel a little bit of recently because I'm never sure what to do with this channel. It's a bit of a general channel, but yeah. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again next time.